Hey everyone, I'm Kloo. Welcome back to Small So Dungeon. So I think I've done a fairly decent job at optimizing the any percent or World 1 run. So I got down to 37 minutes, and this was while I was taking notes and compiling the steps of what to actually do throughout the run. Speaking of which, we'll swap over to this style, and on the left hand side here I've got the old guide. So I've gone ahead and remade it for anyone who wants to follow along or give it a go for themselves. So this will be the guide I will be using and explaining throughout the video. It also sort of gives an indication that the world record is kind of free at the moment. So I think it's 36 minutes and 40-ish seconds. Obviously, if I'm already at 37 minutes making this run, who knows what the most optimal time is. There is a few things that are still kind of RNG. For instance, gold amounts is really impactful to the run. Being able to get the right amount of gold at the right point to progress, essentially, really comes down to A, what type of enemies you get, and the boss loot. Other than that, the run is fairly consistent. It's about 30 to 40 minutes. So if you do want to give it a go, do so. It's a nice, easy run. It's nothing too complicated and nothing to really remember. It's mainly just normal progression, just done optimally. So give me a challenge. Give me a run for my money. Try and steal the record for yourself. It's pretty free. There's no reason not to at least give it a go, especially if you enjoy the game. But we'll get to it. We'll start a new run and... oh, sorry, I will be using splits. Obviously, the in-game time does not have seconds, so we need splits for an accurate measurement, and also just to keep track of a few things. As you can see, I've got not only the floor levels on some of them, but also the gold amounts we will need to actually progress. If we look at, for instance, this step, we've got higher 3, beat level 10, and then in brackets 100 gold. So we need exactly 100 gold to build the blacksmith. So, obviously, I'm not going to split, even if we beat level 10, unless I have that 100 gold. Right, off we go. So first up, we've just got a little tutorial segment. You get to watch a bunch of adventurers think it's a good idea to take on the Dark Lord without even having any chest gear. Granted, chest gear is not the most impactful thing in this game, so I can understand their logic slightly, but they lose and their world is destroyed. And of course, we're sent to World 1, which is what we're speedrunning, essentially. So nice and simple, just click through all the dialogue. If there's anything to really practice for the run, it would be the menuing and knowing where to click. There are a few things where you have to click on specific regions, like the quests, or for instance, equipment, buying, selling, all that stuff. It's the only thing that really needs practice. Other than that, the run is nice and simple and pretty easy. So off we go, World 1. We'll have to do one more tutorial bit with a soda junkie. Kind of slow, there's nothing you can do about it. Even if you click on the cog, you can't exit the dungeon, so we just have to let it play out. Click accept, talk, higher. See, I'm already messing up the clicking a little bit. I need practice myself. There is dialogue in every room, so you do just want to spam click through it all. Unfortunately, we get to lose to 5. The tavern owner will be nice enough to give us some generous equipment in the form of broken glass and a stool, in which case we can come back with a vengeance and beat level 5. It's very important that we do, though even though we can exit this run essentially, we want to beat level 5 for the gold. We're going to get exactly the right amount of gold to upgrade the tavern, one stool and one table. I upgrade the table over the stool because for whatever reason I think there's a hidden multiplier in the initial levels. I notice that I consistently get 3 patrons with the table upgraded rather than double upgrading the stool. So talk to him, we'll be forced to upgrade the stool once, of course by the hammer ale. Now if we turn in the extra quest, we have enough gold to upgrade the table. We can hire our soda junkie, and we'll do as far into the dungeon as we can, which hopefully should be level 9. We didn't get a healing stone drop, so we might lose on level 8, but essentially you just want to get as much early game gold as you can. After that, we just want to hire 3 and grind out 100 gold for the blacksmith. It might be worth mining the iron, not on this run, obviously you don't have enough HP. Yeah, so we only get one enemy done in level 8, that's fine. Got a decent amount of gold. Now we just have to follow the carpenter's little chain. build him his workshop, grab the mailbox for the free 10 gold. Pretty sure that's there just so you don't sock lock on carpenters. We did get a little bit unlucky. Ideally in that tavern, you want 3 soda junkies. So right now I spent 20 gold to hire 2 carpenters, which obviously impacts our grind for 100 gold for the blacksmith. It's not too bad. Hopefully we get enough from the boss. If we're lucky enough to get the chest gold after the boss, which is probably the most RNG thing in this run, we'll be in a good position. If not, we'll have to grind a bit further than the boss. So after the boss, you've got pick a 3 chest, and if you can find the one with gold every time, you're going to be way ahead. The only other RNG element for the run is mob spawns. So there's a few different mob varieties, and they are sort of like pseudo-elites, meaning there are more difficult versions. For instance, in this early zone, there's like toads and slugs. They drop a little bit more gold, but they are also slightly worse. We did get the gold, so we can leave. That toad is one of the issues. Probably should have cleared him if I saw there was the iron. That would have been a free 6 gold, which would have been nice, but oh well. We did get 2 healing stones, which is really good. It means we don't have to buy any. You need to talk to the tavern owner, so that he gives you stone. And now you can build the blacksmith, go through his little tutorial, grab the gold from him. And we have 1 carpenter, which is nice. But what we want to do is we want to upgrade the store twice. We're going to grab a soda junkie. We're going to do it till level 5 again. This is sort of optional. And I should also split. A bit late on the split, but anyway. We're going to level 5 because we kind of want 20 gold to make sure you're not too unlucky. On average, in this next tavern, there will be 2 carpenters, meaning you obviously need 20 gold to hire them. If there's only 1, generally you'd buy 1 carpenter, and with the 10 gold excess, we got completely unlucky actually. So we didn't get 4 patrons, meaning I need to reset the run just by entering and exiting the dungeon quickly. We want 4 patrons. 4 patrons will allow us to consistently clear to level 20. So we got 4, 1 carpenter, and 3 soda junkies. Pretty decent. And we should be fine to get to level 20. We even have 4 swords, which is nice. It's a little bit extra damage. But essentially, gold management is the biggest thing in the run. Making sure you keep enough for warping, for instance, and also playing around hiring different things. It's very tight, and for the most part, unless you want to go for a really optimal run, that's reset heavy, you want to do a little bit of extra grinding here and there for just a little bit extra gold as sort of a cushion. So for instance, after we get past level 20, I will go as far as possible. I have it on the guide and split that we need to get to 250 gold. That should be enough with the quest to buy the wizard's hut, upgrade the store twice, and upgrade the table once more. Just having whatever excess gold you can though is really useful because you do want to try and craft as much as possible. Crafting at least 1 iron sword is really good. I'm also going to take every fork in the road. This burn damage is still better than facing an enemy pod. It doesn't do as much damage as you might think, so it's worth just taking it and skipping an enemy room. Generally there's more good outcomes than bad outcomes, so it's still worth it. The only really slow one is, of course, the mine. The mine is still really useful because it saves you money if you're able to mine your own iron. If you get stuff like gold and copper, you can sell it for quite a bit. The other thing to talk about is selling. So there are a few things that you do want to sell. Anything that you can't be used for general equipment, you want to sell. Generally, I only keep iron and wood. Everything else is not too impactful. Crafting iron shields is far better than crafting any sort of armor. It gives just way more HP. So we will probably sell after this run, just to again ensure that sort of gold cushion. This is a nice room because it's only 2 enemies. This slug though is really bad. If he casts his speed down, it can be really impactful. 3 enemies on the floor room is also really nice. If we're lucky enough to get the chest gold, we won't have to grind too much, but we'll have to see. Other than that, the next step is obviously build the wizard's hut, upgrade the store like I said, and we're looking for 5 in the tavern. So we will be using our reset trick again. Essentially, you don't ever really need the bed. The bed just makes it more consistent. You can easily enter the dungeon with a soda junkie and leave. It takes about 5 seconds. So that compared to just you dumping gold on the bed is debatable. Obviously, for consistency's sake, you're better off at using the bed rather than trying to get the exact amount of patrons from just resetting. And that, we're past 250. I think I'm going to try and grind to the mini-boss, given the fact that we still have 6 heals left, and we're doing a decent amount of damage. It also does help level up our guys. Levels are really nice. They give base stats, which are very impactful in the early game. Doubt we can actually do the boss. Oh, we might be able to. We have 4 heals left. Double tap, maybe not. We'll probably just clear the skeleton and move on. Yeah, especially with the confusion. One more hit, hopefully. Perfect. We won't worry about the mini-boss. 300 golds, pretty nice cushion. Do have stuff to sell as well. On average, you should only need 250 because you do get quest rewards, but it never hurts. So we're going to talk to the carpenter, build the wizard tower, obviously talk to the wizard, click somewhere else so we don't have to warp, grab the quest rewards, and we're going to upgrade the stool twice and then the table once. And we have 4, we want 5, so I'm going to grab the soda junkie, and we're probably going to grind out a bit more gold, just to make sure we're completely safe. Ideally, we want to craft an iron sword, so we need 60 gold for that, and then obviously to hire any carpenters we have, we need gold as well. So it is worth it just to go a little bit further. I should have really grabbed all the soda junkies, that obviously would have sped it up. I wasn't thinking too much, I was debating between whether or not to reset. Speed down is terrible. But between this 60 gold and selling stuff, we should be fine now. You do need to reset anyway, unless you're really lucky and you get 5 patrons off of the initial upgrades. Very doubtful you will, but you never know. So I will sell anything that I'm not going to use, so any food, any craftables that is for like endgame stuff. And we do want to craft 1 iron sword at the very least. We're going to stick it on a carpenter, hire the other 2 for healing, and then move the one with the iron sword across. We do also want to remove his healing, put on the first guy, and we should be in a good position to clear level 30. Also forgot to split. Essentially, well, I've been splitting when we start the next segment, so it's not too bad. It's still consistent in a sense. And we're high at 5, we're going to beat level 30, and we're looking for 250 gold, 150 for the miner, and then 100 to craft at least 1 more iron sword. Other than that, the hard part of the run is mostly done. From this point onwards, the bosses are kind of jokes. They deal more damage than they do in terms of HP, meaning you can sort of just push through them all. Like, don't worry about healing, just manually always attack, and you'll generally clear them before they can wipe your party. There is one that has a group attack, a poison group attack. I can't remember if it's level 30 or level 40. That one is slightly difficult. We can warp, so we might be able to warp past boss, which is somewhat good. If you're banking on chest gold, you would rather do the boss, but in terms of grinding, these guys are going to drop more gold, so it's not huge. And obviously we can now warp to level 30. Despite that, we obviously do need our 250 gold, which hopefully we get enough from doing the mini-boss. We'll have to see. We're in a good position, we have a lot of healing. We didn't get ambushed, it's nice. Other than that, the miners are probably the most impactful piece. They are far better than nurses, in my opinion at least. So with a healing stone, a miner can heal 20 times. With their normal heal, a nurse can heal 10 times. So right away, the miner lasts twice as long, so to speak. There's only 2 enemies, so we'll probably clear this and then leave. And with the miners, you can skip, I think is it 500 or 650 to unlock the nurses and go straight for the mystics, which is far better. Ooh, another 2 enemies, we'll clear it, just for the extra gold. Yeah, no, this isn't really me going for a really good time, it's me playing it safe. If not, you'd obviously just want to leave at 250. That's all you need. Just a bit of buffer room. And that, we can go ahead, unlock the miners. Ooh, sodas. You don't need the miners for this clear, for instance, so we can just hire our carpenters and 3 soda junkies and use them to clear. Crafting wise, you want at least 1 more iron sword, so we need 2 iron. And then after that, you just want to focus on building iron shields, since they give a great amount of HP in relation to building, say, chest armor or anything like that. We also want to give the soda junkies, we'll do it like this actually. I gave the one that I gave the sword a bit extra HP, just for safety's sake. We should be fine to clear level 40. The important thing is to have 6 and plan around losing. So this is really horrible for ambush this early on, because the 4 rooms is obviously where we might lose someone. So if they double attack, if they didn't, which is nice enough, we'd lose someone. But essentially, if we can get to the boss with at least 4 or 3, we're fine. Seems we got pretty lucky on this room. Yeah. I do kind of want to heal up the soda junkie, especially before the 3 or 4 enemy rooms. He was going to heal himself anyway there. Just to ensure that we don't lose someone early on to double tapping. Again, like I said, the bosses in terms of HP pools are jokes at this point. So it's just about getting to them, not so much getting to them with a full party. He's nice, hopefully we get a skip. Gold's not too impactful. Again, I've got it, get 500 gold so you can unlock the bed and do a bit of crafting. You don't necessarily need the bed. Again, like I said, you can use a soda junkie to manually reset the tavern. Is a little bit of time, but you do save a lot of gold. We should hopefully get more than enough gold from the boss. I will consistently just do a bit of farming after the boss as well. Well, depending how it goes, we might lose more people than I intend. We're already down to... I forget if we have 3 or 4 healing stones. Either way, 18 heals at the least. So this room is worrisome. It's fine if anyone dies, but the carpenter, I really should have healed him up. I was talking too much. Right, he didn't get double tapped. So we're fine to do the boss. Few items are nice. Hopefully we get some gear. I'm surprised we haven't seen at least 1 shield. Getting the goblin or pig shield is really useful. This is one of the tougher bosses because he does have a move that hits 3, I think, for 17, which will one-shot. That swipe is not too bad, obviously we're above it, and then his normal bite attack. Even though it clears 1 guy, it's fine, because again, we're just trying to stack on damage, because they have far less HP than you think. I forgot to split, it's fine. We'll grind out a bit extra gold. If we're lucky enough to get 6 patrons in the tavern, and not have to unlock the bed this time around, would be really nice. That means I can focus on survivability and make it a bit more consistent. We'll try and do the 2, we'll skip the 3, the 3 will take too long. This area is kind of the nicest. It has by far the easiest bosses, and it can drop a lot of food, which you can obviously sell. We should be fine in terms of gold. Should be able to unlock the bed. We'll see if we got lucky. We did, we got 6, so I don't actually need to unlock the bed this time around. I can craft, which is really nice, so I'm going to do that first. You want to make iron shields, like I said, so we need a bunch of iron. It's super shield, so you need 12. You didn't have it, and then I wasted a bunch of money on stuff I shouldn't have. So I wasn't paying attention, it's fine. Only has 5, so we can make 2 iron shields. It's not horrible, it's not great. We'll do. We'll clean up and sell a few things to make sure we're fine. Don't need the crystal. Okay, in terms of hiring, we want to hire the carpenters first, then the miners, and then the soda junkie. Carpenters are our damage dealers, and miners are strictly our healers. So this setup should be fine. And we can go ahead and start our grind to 70. So this segment is sort of all combined, because there's nothing really we're going for. I will want to craft iron shields each time we get back to home base. So once we get to 50, we'll leave. There's no point trying to stretch it out. The easiest one you could do is this level 40 to 60, because the boss at 60 is by far the easiest boss, but it all depends on if you get ambushed, if you lose anyone to the 4 enemy rooms. We don't have enough iron shields to essentially ensure the comp safety, so I'd rather just do the 50, reset, do a bit of crafting, 50 to 60, then 60 to 70. And then by 70 we should have more than enough gold to unlock the mystics, and we will grab the bed at that point. And that's fairly simple, you can just let it go. If you want to do it manually, go ahead. You don't really want to waste the mana here, although it shouldn't be too much. Yeah, it should be fine. We got iron, which is really good, because that's 2 extra shields right there, and then we only have to buy 4 more iron for our last 2 shields. So we're in a really good position. We haven't lost anyone either, which is kind of nice. I'm sort of tempted to go for 60. It would be a really big time save. But I'll play it safe this time around. We'll just go to 50. We'll do it as how I would expect you to generally do the run on a consistent basis. So we'll probably craft and then buy the bed. No, craft, hire, then buy the bed if we have enough left. Always make sure you prioritize hiring and saving enough money for warping, because that's the biggest thing. This guy is a total joke. He can one-shot your party, but he has hardly any HP. Okay. 1 round and then 1 extra attack, 1 extra 4 attack. We only have 2 iron swords, remember that. Bosses are really just a joke after 30. We'll exit. Could probably have cleared him just for the extra gold. It's not too necessary at this point. Okay, so we need to buy 4 more iron and craft as many shields as that allows. Only has 3, which is kind of sad. Not too bad. Fine. No, it's perfect because of previous. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can also sell the extra shields, anything that's not the iron shield. I don't know why, but there seems to be some sort of cooldown on selling, which is slightly annoying. It's not a huge deal. If you're stretched for cash, you obviously do need to sell. I don't think I really need to. I didn't look at the tavern. It could have been a horrible party, but it seems to be fine. So, Carpenter first, 2 miners, and then I guess we're doing Soda Junkies. Swap the Carpenter, swap the miners. We're a bit low on healing this time around, but the HP pool should ensure our safety. So we can do 50 to 60, and then just rinse and repeat from 60 to 70. Fairly simple. Crafting wise, you don't really need to worry about another iron sword. I should have swapped this iron sword to one of the Soda Junkies, but you don't really need more than 2. Once you unlock mystics, damage wise, you're just using their AoE, and their AoE does far more than any weapon you can craft. So even with a crit that did 19, on base the Mystic AoE does I think 20, and obviously 20 to everyone. So it's substantially more than any weapon. And essentially you're just spamming that from 70 onwards. You want to hire at least 3 Mystics, and then you're fine. You should be able to clear all the enemies before they get a turn. You're still 2 hits, which is nice. It's a good comfort zone. Again, be prepared to lose someone. We will warp. It does put us slightly behind on gold, but we do get to skip the boss. So I'll probably go to 65 and then reset, just for the extra gold to make up for not doing the boss. Realistically, you should get more gold from these guys and the mini-boss than doing the boss, so it should even out. It's sort of just like a guarantee that we skip 69 and the awful 4 comp rooms. That can potentially wipe us if we're super unlucky. Realistically speaking, we might actually be able to go to 70 with this group. If I'd stuck the Iron Sword on one of the Soda Junkies, actually, that would have been indefinite. Yeah, no. So we'll probably just do 65 and leave. Missing out on this guy's attack is quite impactful. Mini boss done. Cool. Do I risk it for the biscuit? No, because we didn't clear him in one. That was sort of a waste. It's fine. A little bit extra gold from it. Meaty club is also nice. It's more damage than the sword. We can even turn and get dagger. So we're hiring the two carpenters first, then the miners, and then the soda junkie. So we should be good. Yeah, that should be fine. We should be fine to beat 70 now. The meaty club probably should have gone on the miners. In fact, they should have a little bit more HP since they are our healers. But we have 3, so even if we lose one, it's not a big deal. We'll take the portal. Warp is nice. Straight to the boss. And again, the boss is super easy. Even though he will probably take some of our people out, he's got hardly any HP. Big, nice and simple. And we've got enough gold for the mystics, and hopefully enough gold to... oh, did I buy the bed? I can't remember if I bought the bed. Oh, we got the gold from that anyway. Probably clear this guy. Again, just play it safe. Should have enough gold for the bed as well. Okay, so we want to upgrade, buy the bed, sodas, buy the mystic. I'm not going to use the bed because this is a awful tavern anyway, so we're just going to go to 1 and casually reset it. This is a awesome tavern. Perfect. And in fact, we don't really need to buy, craft, or sell anything because of it. So we can go, we can split, and for the most part I will be doing it manually, because any group that has 2 or more enemies, I'm just going to use the AoE. So I'm just going to spread out the damage on anyone that's not the mystics, and then double cast. And then hopefully it should clear at least 2 of them, not all of them. Perfect. Take the portal, healing. That's fine. I will heal up. Attack. This berry thing is probably the priority. It has a critable attack that does the most damage. Also probably should have healed. It's fine. No punish. We can even spend some time healing. Mini boss is fine. Again, there's no reason not to just use the mana. It's 20 damage, like I said, which is better than the weapons. Ideally, I should have hired the Mystics last, because we don't need their weapon damage. Make sure you watch and heal. Spread out the damage. And you do ideally want 3 Mystics. 3 Mystics ensure that you can clear, especially on 80 onwards. But now that we have a good gold amount, we can use the bed to reset for the right comp. The right comp would be 2 miners, 3 mystics, and then anything. Burns, not a big deal. We do actually need to heal here. I should have paid more attention to. We should be able to clear at least 1 though. Just nailed it, just not sure. The Soda Junkie dies, it's not a big deal. Fine. Pretty sure healing can't miss. And then this should clear. Again, just sort of power through. You don't have to worry too much about healing, just do as much damage as possible. The confusion is slightly bad. Be fine. Yeah, See, nice and easy. 80 done. Onwards to 90. Cool. Equipment doesn't matter. Thank you for turning auto off. No, I did that. It's somewhat decent. I'm going to hire one miner, and then I'm going to reset. Hire a second miner, reset, because the more you hire, the more gold it costs. And this was a fairly decent comp. Split again, and we're in a 1 position essentially. After could have used a better weapon, but it's fine. Red damage, and then clear. As long as you have 3, you generally have enough damage. You can use the Stone of Sight if you pick one up early, just to sort of ensure. Especially when you're practicing, I always bought it just to make sure I knew that I could clear completely with the Mystics. Boss, I can probably just auto-attack. Again, we haven't had to heal any, so we'll have to heal. We still are 2 hits away, which is nice. Essentially for everything we should be 2 hits away, except for the Dark Lord. And then the Dark Lord is the usual boss mechanic where we just power through. And we do enough damage before he can wipe us. Also, I am using the numpad to click the spell, but I'm doing it somewhat carefully. So I've had a few times where I've tried to click both 3 in the case to select it and the mouse button, and unfortunately I have misclicked and I've normal attacked. So we do need to heal, just for safety's sake. Won't quite have enough damage to clear both, I believe. Which shouldn't be a big deal, considering this is instead of the 4 enemy room. Oh, we have exactly enough. So we'll just use the spell here since it does do more damage and should be more of a time save overall, even though the attack animation is quite slow. Fine, just power through. Should be fine at this point. Always believe. No, my heart did skip a beat. I thought I just threw the run. Demon armor, not that it really matters. Exit. Grab our final comp and win, essentially. So, horrible. Again, you want to hire the miners first. And then reset, looking for 3 mystics. We have enough gold, so I'm actually going to hire and just reset. Grab all the mystics. Go. Final split. Oops, that was bad. Should have enough damage for the 1 enemy anyway. Warp would have been really good. Fine. But yeah, as you can see, the attack damage we're doing with a weapon is significantly less than casting their spell. So I just wanted to show that off before we ended here. We don't have any keys. Heal. It's fine. Again, it's not a lot of damage. Fine. Anyone we need to heal? prioritize popping everyone off before we get to the Dark Lord. Ooh, see, misclick. Because I clicked before I clicked number 3. Should be fine. Ooh, almost lost it. We'll just top off. Just play this little bit really safe. Would kind of like the burn to go away. Yeah, that was kind of a bad tick. So I'm going to heal the Mystics. I'm not going to worry too much about the Miners. Although he does have quite a bit of HP, this one. He gets first attack. He crits. So we will heal ourselves. Again, you should have more than enough damage to beat the Dark Lord. I think he has like 200 HP. I'm not going to bother healing this one. It's going to die from one hit anyway. In most cases. Orientate. Perfect. It's not on the Mystics. It's fine. We'll top you off. I probably should have... Yeah, I should have healed with himself. Since I'm pretty sure Confusion doesn't work. Fine, there's no real stress. So, try to hit. Out of mana, it's fine. And done. Pretty simple. So I'm not quite sure where I should split, if the end of the run is meant to be the Dark Lord, but we'll do it entering the next world. That can be the end of the run. Still not sure which relic will be the best to pick in a longer run. I feel like attack will help out more so than HP. Because like I just showed, you can power through a lot of things. But anyway, 35 minutes, 44 seconds. Smashed the old record, and this was an explanation run. So, honestly, give it a go. Super simple run. I would say maybe 33 minutes would be a really good run. Especially if you get all the gold RNG. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.